going on, guys? Just real quick, I'd recorded like 20 minutes of video that I was going to edit for this using that camera. Apparently I'm not a super YouTuber yet, and that is getting a pain in the ass. It wouldn't focus, nothing like that. So I'm just going to run through what I've done real quick on this, which is my phone, trusty phone, good old original YouTube, and we'll kind of get a rundown of that. So what I'm doing today is I'm changing spark plugs. I'd got some gas in my tank and it had shut the bike down. Well, after that, I started having a real bad miss, and it finally just cut out on me. Wouldn't run more than maybe 30 seconds. Asked RC51 forums on Facebook. They came up with, hey, sounds like your spark plugs are bad. So that's why I'm changing them. Now, I've made two discoveries since then. I know why it's doing it now. So let's jump into this. First off, I changed the rear. So all you really have to do for that, or all I did, was I removed the seat, took my rear fairing and slid it back, and then took my tank and just lifted it up and used a ratchet strap between there and the back bar of this just to hold it up. Now, underneath here, there are a couple of hoses. I did it without taking any of them off. You can kind of see that back head, so it's not horrible. So I got that done. Took me about 5 minutes. Really all you need tool-wise for that is a 4mm Allen key. I suggest T-handles. It's a lot easier, a lot more controllable. I've actually replaced the seat bolts with some regular old 8mm metric bolts that I got from one of these fairing kit things. That way, all I do is hand tighten them. That way, if I have a problem while I'm on the road, I just reach down, loosen them up with my hands. I know there's people that sell the knurled bolts to where you can just hand tighten them. There's also a R-clip thing that you can do where you just slide some pins in. Any of those are going to do good. You should be sitting down on your seat, or at least for the most part. So you shouldn't have to worry about any of those coming up. I was able to use a 5/8 inch socket. I used my 1/4 inch set just because it's easier. I got fat hands and it's hard to kind of get down in that small of a space with 3/8. So I was able to do that, and rear spark plug, no problem. It kind of looked like this. Let's see, come on now, having focusing problems. So not really burnt up, it doesn't look like. The electrodes got somewhere on it, but not much. Another thing I found out, so I'm in where I'd say easily 90% of the year it's above 75 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know if there's anybody else around the rest of the world that uses the right measuring system. Yeah, I'm not a fan of standard, sorry. But your owner's manual calls out for two different kinds of spark plugs. One's for a cooler climate and one's for a hotter climate. So this one is actually for the cooler climate. It gets cold, and when I say cold, I'm talking about below 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Maybe 2-3 weeks out of the year here. That's it. That's all we got. So these are the IFR. Let's see if I can block the sun out. IFR 8H-11s. They're for the colder. Now, all of this is in your owner's manual. It's also in the service manual. I will actually put a link for those in the description. RC51s are pretty much the same. There's minor differences between like the old oil cooler some parts of the suspension, different body work, stuff like that. But mechanically, 90% they're the same. And the service manual actually says 2000, 2001, and then 2002 after. So no problem. I believe it's PFD2, so you can search it. Anyways, calls out for two different ones. I had the one for the colder climate. I'm putting the one for the warmer climates in. And then I made my first discovery. So let's walk over here to this other side. So let's see if I can see it from here. There we are. So right there, there's a ground. This ground is literally a bolt holding two terminal lugs to your frame, and it pretty much grounds the system, gives you a good chassis ground. I pulled it off and noticed that the bolt was about hand tight, and I've never messed with that. So number one thing that I had to fix. Number two, there's a lot of paint on the back of that. I actually fix the electronics on aircraft. I've done this for between here and the United States Army. I've done that for, I don't know, going on 8-9 years now. I've been in aviation for a good long time, since about 07. Electrical work on motorcycles, stuff like that. You will not get ground through paint. You might start to get one, but it won't last. I can promise you that. So I cleaned the paint off, cleaned the back of the terminal lugs off, and I actually had to make my own lock washer because it didn't have one on the back there. If you have like a little star washer, I recommend those. They tend to be better on these motorcycles. I just took a stainless washer, cut it, bent it, heated it up, quenched it to where it more or less makes a spring. Put that on and bolted that mofo down. So there's my ground issue. Issue number one fixed. So I go to start taking the front spark plug off. Now, this is where I can kind of start showing you what I've done, because the front spark plug is just absolutely easy, unless you have this issue. First off, the SP2s, or the 2002 onward, are going to have this air dam, and it is going to be, let's take a look under here. It's going to be bolted right here. It's going to block off all that and direct wind to both your radiators. Your spark plug is right there. Easy, simple. It's actually very easy to get to. Excuse my getting up, I'm fat. So I put my ratchet down in there, and nothing. Feels like it's slipping. So I push it down in there. Nothing. And then I take my camera and I look down in there, and this is what I see. This is the O-ring that goes inside your spark plug wrenches. Now, a couple months ago, I decided I was going to check my spark plugs. 90% of the time, I take these little crappy things out of my spark plug wrenches, because all you really need is, or out of my spark plug sockets, all you really need is loosen it up, then take something magnetic, reach down in there, touch the top of your spark plug, and it pulls it out. Easy. I didn't do that this time. I left this crappy little O-ring in. So when I look down inside my engine with my handy dandy camera that I'm filming on now, thank you Galaxy, not a sponsor, but thank you, this is what I seen. You cannot get a socket wrench over that. So what I ended up having to do is I heated up a drill bit, stuck it down in there, let it melt to it, and pulled it out. And then within 30 seconds I had my spark plug out. Issue number 2. That wasn't letting that spark plug boot sit all the way. So I think I have my issues sorted out. I'm fixing to have fresh spark plugs, but for anybody that is trying to do a spark plug swap on these RC51s, super simple. Seat off. I moved the fairing back just because of this right here. These are crappy Chinese fairings, and I don't want to break them. Lift your tank, get you a little 3-inch extension with a 5/8, get your back spark plug out. Follow your owner's manual. I guarantee you do not want to have to drill a spark plug out and get that crap out. I've done it on trucks. It's not fun, I promise. And then you're gonna have crap in your engine. So, back spark plug, no problem. Front spark, take your air dam off. Now on the older ones, you're gonna have a little piece of plastic up here where those 2 bolts are, and your oil cooler is gonna be right there. That's gonna suck. You're gonna have to move that. But then, as you can see, your spark plug's right there. Even with fat hands like mine, no problem getting to it. So, I'm gonna put this other spark plug in. I don't have a mount for this phone. So, old one in the trash, new one in. Then we'll pick back up. All right, so got that finished up. Show y'all what that looks like all put together, just so you kind of have an idea. So you see that air dam, just 2 bolts. Yes, I know mine probably aren't right. There's 2 bolts. Take that off and you can see everything. So, in my case, and I'm guessing most RC51 cases, I'd have a number 4 Allen key, 8mm, 10mm, 5/8, and 3-inch and a 6-inch extension. Doesn't matter if it's 3/8 or 1/4-inch drive. And literally, that's all you need to change this crap out. Now, some of the bolt sizes are probably going to vary. What's not going to vary is those spark plug sizes. They will be a 5/8 spark plug. Don't know what that is in millimeter. Sorry, all my other people of the world. Just try and find a 5/8. It's easy. Amazon, you got it. Other than that, I'd say overall, maybe a 15-minute task. Patience. Patience. Because if not, you're gonna make a stupid mistake like me and leave an O-ring over your spark plug and gonna end up spending money you don't need to spend. So, super easy on that. I know this video was a little lengthy. Sorry. Deal with it if you're watching it. Gave you an idea on how to change spark plugs and what not to do, and some of the crap you're gonna need. Moto Mummy is shipping me my speedo corrector. I'm gonna be installing that next. Hopefully, hopefully that is easy. I'll also go through programming that. But until then, y'all stay safe, have fun, keep riding.